Around this time last year, I was telling to one of my friends, I wish I were allowed to remain in bed all day long, without any kind of study, without any kind of pressure, and so on. Not only me, many of my friends used to think in the same way. And here we are. When our dreams are imposed upon us with a name called quarantine, suddenly nobody likes it. Everybody hates the word quarantine. And here I am, talking about the most discussed and possibly the most boring topic in this year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Khalid Mahmood, and here I go, talking something about making an impact in this home quarantine. Well, this is not a motivational video or any kind of TED talk, just a simple guy sharing his experience about this quarantine. First thing first, we have to sanitize our hands very often and regularly, and then perhaps we can learn a bit of cooking and make ourselves and our parents a delicious meal. I know our moms do it on a regular basis, but wouldn't it be nice if sometimes we try to make them happier? Well, at the beginning of this quarantine, people suggested a lot of good movies and series to me. I tried them all, but believe me, that's not gonna feel exciting for a long time. So, we can do some productive work and change our lifestyle. Well, I personally tried to sort out my sleeping schedule. I tried to get up early in the morning and get to sleep early at night. And I can try some workout session at morning and evening. And it worked well, I guess, because my weight reduced by 6 kilograms. I know, right? You can also try some meditation or yoga as well. And you can also try to change your food habit and drink more water. Speaking of change, if you have been single for too long and you are not liking it, you might try to change that as well by marrying. Well, don't wait to make any social gathering until this pandemic ends. And if you have been in a relation for too long and you feel kind of boring about this, you might try to change that as well. Hey couple, don't get mad at me. You know I was just kidding, right? I can sense you guys are not laughing. Apparently I have to work on my sense of humor. Jokes apart, I highly recommend all of you to go through your religious book at least for once. Of course with the meaning. For example, I went to Quran Majid. And believe me, it gives us the inner peace we have been searching for too long. Well, in this quarantine, we may try to learn a new language based on our future life goals. And speaking of life goals, we can try to achieve some skills based on our future profession. For example, my current field of study is electrical and electronic engineering, so I tried to learn something like machine learning and coding from different online platforms. Many of us can have a try at that. And of course, irrespective of field, we should all learn some basic skills like Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, etc., etc. Well, we can try to also explore our passion like writing, reading, doing makeups, and so on. I'm doing myself some crazy stuff like I'm writing letter to future myself, and I have already gone through all the albums from childhood to this day, and I'm also talking to my relatives and my friends with whom I have been disconnected for too long. At the beginning of my speech, I promised it would not be a TED talk, but I'm afraid it's turning to be one. Well, there is a subtle difference. The people out there are already successful, and here I am, going to be successful in making boring videos. Huh. It seems like I have been talking since the beginning of this quarantine. Last but not the least, we may want to use this quarantine to develop our speaking skill. I mean, at the beginning of this quarantine, I couldn't speak English for 30 seconds without stammering for 20 seconds. So I tried to improve that. So some of us might try to change that as well. Okay? Thank you everyone for your patient hearing. Pray for us, pray for the whole nation, pray for the whole world. Stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye.